Hello and welcome to Sophie's Cookery Show. Today we are going to be making melty Greek lamb moussaka. So for this recipe you're going to need 1 red onion, 250 grams of lamb mince, we want 1 aubergine, we want 3 white potatoes. I've only got jackets so that's going to do. We want 40 grams of cheddar cheese, we want 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 2 bay leaves, 5 grams of parsley. I think they want fresh parsley but mine's gone off so we're just going to use that. A can of tomato frito, whatever that means, I'm guessing that means chopped tomatoes, and a vegetable stock cube. So there you go, that's what you need and that's what it should look like after. So, first things first, preheat your oven to 200 degrees fan, or 220 degrees if you've got a normal oven. So, we're going to start by slicing the potatoes, skins on, into discs. Should really wash these as well, might I add. New potatoes, just giving them a little rinse. You know, don't want to catch corona. So, 3 potatoes, slice them into discs, skin on. Big knife. Like this, I think. Just winging it. Careful not to slice your fingers off. Right. So now I've got a shitload of slices. I want to do the same with the aubergine basically. But what I don't understand about this recipe is it says add the potato disc and the aubergine rounds to a baking tray. Well, I highly doubt this is even going to fit on one baking tray, yeah? And I've got aubergine as well, having a laugh. Well, I'm telling you now, I'm basically lining up my potato discs on this humongous tray. You see, I'm just lining them up. Just lining them up like that. Yeah, see, look, they've like taken up my whole tray, just the potato slices. We'll come back to this in a minute. I'm just going to trim this green thing off and then just literally slicing it into rounds again. Again, I'm just lining my aubergine up. Is it aubergine? Yeah. Oh, they just about fit, look at that. Oh, perfect. So we're going to spray. Bit of olive oil. And just sparing. That's our aubergine with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt. Same with the potato slices. So, a little bit of olive oil, or whatever oil to be honest with you. Spray that on. A little bit of salt. And then we're going to whack it in the oven. My oven's all heated up now. Grab my aubergine. Put that in the oven too. Just put a little timer on. We'll do 12 minutes, meet in the middle. It says 10 to 15. We'll do 12 and see how they're looking. Next thing you want to do is you want to peel and finely dice your red onion. Get ready for the tears. The red onion, I'm just going to try and take off as much as the whatever, and then I'm just going to cut the end, peel off the layers off, and it looks by the picture you want to try and, yeah, finely chop it as much as you sort of can. Oh, sorry, these things keep flying into my flat and they're not like just your usual fly, they're really fucking annoying. And one just landed on my foot. I don't know what's going on with that onion, it's got like 3 heads to it. Cut it as, you know, finely as I can. Did you see that? Oh, pink. So far, no tears. It's not the finest red onion I've ever cut, but it's hard. Oh, the fucking fly things keep landing on my fucking feet. They want to fuck off. Oh, I'm sick of it. It's distracting me. Right, that's gonna do. We're gonna now heat a large pan. Oil in there. Now boil the kettle. I've got some water in already. You're gonna need apparently 100 to 150 millilitres of water, so really not a lot. Just waiting for that to heat up. So, you now want to add your red onion to the pan once it's heated up. And you've got a bit of oil in there. Add that to the pan for about 3 minutes or until it's brown. Just add a bit of a mix up, might just add a little bit more oil, it's looking a little bit dry in there. Meanwhile, you want to dissolve your knorr. It says knorr, sorry, ignore that. Ignore knorr. Any vegetable stock cube. Add that in. Add your boiled water. About 150. Let like a good mix up. I'm just mixing the vegetable stock into the wine and the water. I'm going to leave that to dissolve fine for a couple of minutes. Give the red onion a stir. And then we want to start cutting up our garlic. Our one garlic. I don't have a grater or a garlic, whatever it's called. If you've got that and you find that easier, then I would suggest you do that. But I'm just going to finely chop because I don't have anything. Just keep stirring that so it's not burning. I will show you when I put it in what it looks like. Put another stir. It's starting to brown, so I think in a minute we can start adding other bits. Just give it maybe 1 more minute. Right, I think this is good to go. Now you want to add your chopped garlic, lamb mince and half of the cinnamon, which was barely any as it was, but it's okay. So, that's what my garlic looks like, if you can just about see that. I'm just going to wrap that in as well. And we want to add our mince as well. So obviously, this is only 250 grams, but if you want to do it for family of 4 or you want to have shitloads of portions, then you can obviously just double up all of this. You could do 500 grams. And I'm just mixing that all up in the pan. I'm going to add a bit more oil because it looks a bit dry. Oh yeah, supposed to add some cinnamon as well. Like our potatoes. 1/4 of a teaspoon. I mean, seriously, you want me to do 1/8 of a teaspoon? You know, I'm just going to put... Oh, this isn't even open. It's winding me out. Yeah, that's garlic. Right. A bit flustered here. Little bit of cinnamon, that'll do. Put that in it. You want to do this for about 4 minutes or until the lamb has browned. Smells really good. I'm just going to, while this is just browning off, I'm just going to go and check on my potatoes and aubergine because they've been in for 12 minutes, that's what was buzzing. So the aubergine look pretty much done and the potatoes are like basically done, so I'm going to get the aubergine out so it doesn't burn. I'm not sure what happened to this one. All of the rest look fine, so for some reason it must have been so thin it's burnt. So there's a tip for you, don't cut your aubergine too thinly. Okay, so this is looking quite browned now, and it's probably been about 4 minutes. Chopped tomato. Start off with half, see how we go. If we need to add more, we need. So I'm going to put about half of a tin of chopped tomatoes in. So I think we're going to need a bit more because it doesn't look like there's enough, but we can come back to that in a minute. Then we're going to add our vegetable stock. So, add a little bit more of this. I'm just going to get my potatoes out before they burn. The potatoes look really good. Shitloads of them. That's our potatoes. You can't really see, but they look good. So then you want to add 2 bay leaves. 1, 2. I'm going to add your dried oregano, 1 teaspoon. A little bit more because I quite like oregano. I'm going to give that a good stir up. Cook this on a high heat for 5 minutes until reduced. The last time I did this, I used a different can of chopped tomatoes and they were much nicer. And I'm worried. Basically, just want to simmer it until it becomes like a thick sauce. And we just want to grate our cheddar cheese. Now, call me mad, but I don't have a grater, so again, I'm just going to have to finely chop my cheddar cheese. I don't know how much cheese is in here, and I can't be asked to measure it out. You need 40 grams, but we're just going to use the whole lot. And I'm going to have a little nibble on it, a little slice. Slice is nice. Right. See? That easier. This looks there. I think it's just a really shit chopped tomatoes. It's just not really thickening very well. Add a little spoonful more, just to try and thicken it a bit more. Just gonna do a little taste test of one of my potato slices. Oh yeah. I love potatoes. Anything potato. Roast potato, sliced potato, mashed potato, chips, wedges, jacket potato, dauphinoise, potato rosties, hash brown. There are more right now. Right, this is very, very gradually starting to thicken. It's taken ages because the chopped tomatoes are so shit. I won't be getting them again. They're like Rose Harvest shit. Fucking shit. I'm just gonna have to wait. Whilst we wait, more potato fry, because I wouldn't recommend you do this, but what else is there to do? I'm not too far off. However, there is a really annoying step in a minute where we're going to have to melt butter over a pan with flour. I forgot to say you need flour, sorry. If you don't have flour, then you're not going to be able to make your cheese sauce. God, we're 32 minutes in and we've still got well, not shitloads, but still got quite a bit to do. I wish this would hurry up and thicken, it'd make my life a bit easier. I'm really bored of waiting for this now. I think while that's doing, we can crack on with the other stuff because I'm getting bored of it. I'm going to measure out my flour first. Luckily, I actually got given some flour today. You need 20 grams. There is a bit of a flour shortage, so if you can't, I would just basically use whatever flour. Actually, saying that, I did this a few weeks ago and I did only have freezing flour at the time, so that'll do. I'm just going to measure out 20 grams of flour. Oh shit, I'm going to do it like that. 20 grams, there's not a lot. Right, this is finally starting to thicken. So I'm going to leave it in there for a couple more minutes. I'm just measuring out 20 grams of butter. It's basically done. Doing the roux sauce. I want to leave this one over. I'm going to turn this down because it's basically done, but I just want it to simmer for like a couple more minutes on a low heat, so I'm just turning it down. I'm going to get a little pan over here. So I've just reduced this to a low simmer now, and we're going to melt our butter. So I've got my butter here. We're going to melt it in a pot and then add our flour. Oh, we also need 250 millilitres of milk. It's all like melty already. My butter is melting in here. Once that's melted, you want to add your 20 grams of flour and stir with a wooden spoon. This is your paste. Add my flour. Stir that in to make a paste. Milk. So pour out 250 and you want to gradually add that in. I'm just gradually adding my milk, stirring it, basically making your roux sauce. Mine's very lumpy at the moment. I'm just giving this a stir. This is nice and thick now. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. I'm going to whack the rest of the milk in. That's basically done. So my cheese sauce doesn't look amazing, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. Oh, I forgot. You add grated cheese, that's why it's not looking like a cheese sauce. So yeah, add your grated cheese once it's... That looks better. Done to me, so I'm going to turn both off because I don't want to burn or overdo. A few little lumps in it, but yeah, it's nice and... Oh shit! Don't do that. Fine. Let me bring this actually because it's a bit better. So, it's hard. Hold. This is my ragu now, nice and thick. I used a whole tin of chopped tomatoes, so at your discretion. God, you can't really see, can you? And then this is the roux sauce. Oh, it's very hot. So it's got like a nice smooth consistency and it's nice and thick. So that, yeah, it's got a couple of lumps, but that's fine to be honest with you. You know, I'm not a master chef here. Cheese sauce and our ragu. We want to add our potato discs to an oven-proof dish in a single layer. This is the best thing to use personally, but it is an oven-proof dish and it's like shallow or deep, one of the two. Got my tray, you can't really see. You can just about sneakily see there. A few layers here, and I'm just lining the bottom with my potato slices. More. You can't really see, but this, literally I'm just lining my tray with the potato slices. Okay, so I've lined my tray and it's all covered with potato slices. Some are overlapping them just so I make sure I've covered the whole line. Going over just half of the ragu to cover that. And I don't feel like there's enough here to cover. I'm going to whack it up here so you can see. To try and do this a bit sparingly. I feel like that's about half. And this is never going to cover all of this. So I have to do one layer personally. You're supposed to basically do a layer on top of these potato slices and then another layer on top of your aubergine slices, which I'm about to lay over after. But I think it's because of the tray I'm using. It's quite a big one, so it's only enough for like one layer. So yeah, I've just done one layer. Kitchen is such a tip. Then we're going to add our aubergine slices to that. Just going to try and show you what that looks like. Now, I just want to add my aubergine slices. This is a bit annoying because these are all stuck as well. Oh god, this is so annoying. This is all crumpled to shit. This isn't really going to plan. It just looks ridiculous. Because they're so fucking thin, they're just like shriveled up. Fine, and it will still taste nice. What I have to do, I'll just have to use this potato instead. It's all going to melt into one anyway. But this is as much as I can do with my aubergine. And then we are going to top with the cheese sauce and put it in the oven. So I've got my cheese sauce. trying to spread this all over. I'm being a fat pig. I'm going to be full up before I've even eaten this. Right, those are washing up too. Fantastic. Right, so this is the... It's really hard to show you. This is the finished look. You've got, obviously, your bottom layer of sliced potatoes, then you've got your ragu, then your sliced aubergine, and then a layer of cheese sauce. It doesn't look amazing, but it's all going to cook and melt in one, and hopefully when it comes out it will look nice and crispy and yummy. So you're going to want to then put that down there for a minute. So that's it. You then just want to put it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. So again, I will put a timer on for 15 minutes, check on it, and then if I think it could do a bit more crispy and upping and blah, then we can whack it in for 20 minutes. So final look, going in the oven for 15 minutes. And if you forgot what temperature I said 220 degrees normal, 200 degrees fan. Oh fuck, I just burnt myself. Right, going in. Finally. Oh, shut up. So that's gone in for 15 minutes and I will check back in with you when it's done and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, it's time for the big reveal. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. God, no, let me blow my face off. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and although you can't tell me whether you think it's cooked or not, I'm going to ask you anyway. It's looking good. However, I do feel like it couldn't hurt to have another 5 minutes. So we're going to put it back in. Yeah, I'll come back to you in 5 minutes, soz. So it's been another 5 minutes and I feel like any more and it might start burning. So, try and show you. It's really hard to see, isn't it? Can you see that? I think it looks quite crispy. Smells good. Let me try and show you a bit better. So that is the finishing touch. It doesn't look the best in this tray, I must admit, but I'm going to dish it up in a bowl, add a little bit of parsley on top, then I'll show you what it looks like. But I think it looks pretty good, not gonna lie. We'll see what it tastes like. Right guys, I've dished it up, I've shoved a little bit of parsley on it. I'm not gonna lie, I think it looks pretty banging. So I'm gonna try and show you. That is the finished look. It looks better in person, I have to say. But I think it looks nice. I've just sprinkled a bit of parsley on top. That's the finished look. I think it looks really nice, and that's it zoomed out on the tray.